Boom.
We are live, Neil.
Yeah, we're live.
It's working. That brand new phone, by the way.
Sick phone.
I just want to let everyone know on Santa Cruz Waves Facebook page we're live.
Yep.
I bet the picture is fabulous.
HD quality.
Because we got a brand new camera, and it is...
The 12 Pro Max.
Once again, welcome everybody to another Off the Lip radio show.
Number 440.
Bam, we are putting them down. 440 tonight. Big show. It's a swan song of sorts. Rym Partridge, the one and only, the legendary surfer.
Thanks, folks.
Is retiring and moving south. He's flying south.
Right. When okay, so this guy over here.
Charlie Whitmer, hello,
Yeah.
sir.
He texted me. He goes, "You got to get Rimbo on the show," and I go, "Why?" Because last time he came on the show, I make sure his girls were here,
Oh yeah.
so he could break up him talking.
Well, that way he doesn't break the lens and the girls. Make
Right.
it
So
polished.
thank God they were here. So tonight, he's here by himself.
Right. We got one of the girls.
So,
behind us.
the
Which
show-
one is this, Rym, by the way?
Sierra Partridge.
That's Sierra right here at the lane on a big one.
So, Dr. Rym Partridge is here tonight. The show starts right now.
We're starting.
It's
right
probably
now.
going to end around 2 in the morning
We can
because
talk
he's
all
he's
night.
he's going to talk. He's right.
And if anybody has you want to comment, Neil's going to handle the camera tonight. So
Yeah.
if you want to heckle Rym, by all means, throw a heckle.
Oh, yeah.
You got a story, or you got something funny you want to share, by all means, go ahead and share it.
Kevin says, "Hang on, before he leaves town, can he work on my teeth?"
No, well, you grab the mic there, Rym. Let's get this party started.
Here we got some nice teeth there right there.
Look at the work he's done.
Damn.
Skateboarding guy. He started as a young skateboarder, broke all his teeth, came to Painless Partridge, fixed him up. Here's a happy guy.
He's a happy lad.
Don't skateboarding, no. Dentist, yes.
Okay, well, let's start with your dentistry. Pick up the mic. What year did you become a dentist in Santa Cruz?
In Santa Cruz, I couldn't tell you exactly, but I started doing dentistry in 1971.
Who gave you the moniker Painless Partridge?
That's a good question. My sister actually did. I have a little thing she made with a tongue hanging out. It said Painless Partridge, which came from a guy named Painless Parker, which was a traveling sort of charlatan show, but he did dentistry in the circus and things like that. So,
And do we have that shirt around, Neil?
Yeah, I got the shirt. I'm going to get it.
We go grab
But
the
can you
shirt.
mention tonight the reason we have no mask on tonight before
We're
anybody
6 feet
calls
away.
up?
Yeah. Don't
6
get
feet.
mad.
Don't get
Yeah,
mad.
We're social distancing here at the show tonight, so no need to make the comment about that because we're being very safe. Thank you so much.
Look at that guy.
Here's your logo. Jim Phillips Sr. did this, right?
absolutely, yeah. I
right.
drew the cartoon first, believe it or not, and I thought to
Totally.
myself, that's got to be done by Jimmy Phillips because I'm a decent cartoonist, but nobody's like Jim Phillips. So there you go.
Cool shirt.
Tommy Toughtooth, Goofy, Cecilia and Sammy Seal, Lenny the Lighthouse, W.C. Fields right there.
Oh yeah, and I saw Jimbo was just here, and
Jimbo.
Jimbo signed it.
Yeah.
Which is pretty cool. You got Jimbo to sign that thing. Well, that's a cool
And
logo.
also it's PP&F approved, by the way.
And that was your sign on the front of your office as well. Was that same artwork, wasn't it? Or no, you got a wave or something, right? What was it? Your sign? You had a nice wood sign, I thought, in the front of your office.
It was unfortunately it got thrown in the trash by the new guy that bought it.
You didn't keep the sign? You're
It
frustrated.
got trashed.
Oh.
It got trashed. The guy was an absolute idiot. The sign was worth about $6,000.
Al, dentistry is a pretty physical job. Are you cool? You're healthy and roaring to go?
I can run, jump, and throw, play baseball, and go surfing and do dentistry.
And you surfed over there, your favorite spot on the west side today.
Absolutely.
How was it? Get a couple?
I was going to go out of Rym's Reef, but it was shut down, so I went out the lane with the boys.
Well, a nice segue to Rym's Reef, because anyone that has a history of surfing here in Santa Cruz knows the name Rym's Reef, which I won't tell the location, but you surfed that for a long time. You were kind of like a Jeff Clark of sorts, having your own little surf spot up there for a while, right?
Yeah, it wasn't as much that as we just, I didn't go to Santa Cruz High, so all the locals really wanted to surf up the coast and explore new venues, and that's what happens when you explore new venues, you find good stuff.
Have you ever fallen down going down to the surf there? I mean, because it's kind of a treacherous, rainy day situation.
I never did, but one day my girls, I take both my girls out there, they're like 14, 15, and it was rain, and one of them was slipping with their hands at the top, and I go, okay, that's it, we're not going down this cliff anymore. So we pioneered paddling and walking around.
Well, it'd be kind of treacherous to fall. And are you? Is there any? You're retiring and moving to Southern California to be, I know, near your daughters and your two granddaughters, or grandson and granddaughter, right? Are you sad to leave your namesake surf spot?
I'm not sad yet, but it's no telling what it'll be on my mind after a while, because we all know how much we love Santa Cruz, and we're here because we love it. But I'll be back. I'm going to buy a camper and come and park in Neil's yard.
So we're officially not getting rid of you? Is that what you're saying?
Yeah.
Neil?
He's not cutting the strings.
Charlie,
Yeah.
So we're not really getting rid of you.
TC,
Already take your spot in the lineup.
lots of people that are going to benefit from my presence is endless.
We can talk all we want about Southern California surf spots because there's no secrets down there. What's going to be your new hangout? Have you found one yet?
Yeah, my son-in-law is a really good surfer, and they surf right off the jetty on the north side of harbor. It's called Dredge, and has a nice little shore break. It's kind of Anya-like, and I've been out there before. 3 or 4 guys surf with Tom Kern out there. There's a few noodles, but mostly just good local people ride their bike down.
Do they know you're coming?
No.
We're breaking the news.
Yeah.
The news was-
Look how Ventura.
I'm
I'm going to tag Ventura on this video. Let them all know.
My first time out there, I'm out there with 2 snarly locals, and I had a flat rocker hybrid board, and I whip around on a peaky one, and they go, "You better paddle, old man." And I'm going, they don't know I can paddle. I went into it and went way down the beach, and I came back out, and they gave me a little nod of approval. So, you gotta.
You're earning your stripes.
You gotta earn your stripes.
Right.
For anybody who doesn't know Rym, his wingspan's about 19 feet. You know?
Yeah. Arms flailing.
Yeah, I know. I feel like I got dinosaur arms.
Well, look at that photo, right?
Well, that's and this is
No,
so
that's-
this photo over
that's
here.
there.
This is your wife.
Pull the-
Yeah.
Pull that one over, TC. Grab that one, TC.
Grab this one.
Yeah.
And this is a day where she paddled out with you. Is that what
The
that
famous Winnie Partridge, who will try anything once, said, "Hey, are you going out at Waimea?" I said, "Yeah." She said, "Can I swim out in the channel?" I go, "Yeah, but if it's 15, if it starts turning to 18 to 25, you better head for the rocks fast." So that was a picture shown with her. I was outside waiting on a 20-footer, and she was looking at it.
Is she topless?
I think she was.
Are you looking the wrong way?
God. Well, hang on a second. That's the first guest.
Said the same thing.
Yeah.
It's like, what's
TC, I think that's the first guest we've had to bring topless pictures of his wife.
Now,
Well, and it's like 3-second fiddle. He's looking at the peak.
it's
Right.
not topless, it's backless. It's a backless.
No. We're doing that. She's topless.
Yeah, she's icing right now.
Mine's going with it.
Yeah.
Now she's in back too.
Yeah.
You never seen a girl's back before?
Well, we won't talk about that. It's what she was not wearing on the front we were concerned about.
Does this hang in your house? Is that
No,
that?
I just got it.
Is that how you get you got waves there? You brought your wife out with no top on, so all the
You
surface.
stay over here and
Yeah.
We want to distract everybody else.
Yeah, distraction.
That's how he empties the peak. It's pretty funny. Well, I want to jump back into dentistry for a minute. You've been doing this for many years.
Yeah.
Who is your do you think your personal favorite customer that you've had?
Well, let's take this guy here, for example.
That looks like you.
His name is Stosh. He said one of the best slow pitch pitchers in the county. I said, "Stosh, we got to fix that up." We did, and it just really, there's nothing like, if people said, how gnarly is dentistry? It's pretty gnarly, and you guys all know, I just had a crown done yesterday. It can take you down.
Yeah.
But to fix people's smile is a really great thing.
Yeah.
And it really
Because it makes
helps them
people.
in life.
Yeah, absolutely.
This was pretty much your specialty, huh? Was the smile maker.
Let's just say I'm good at it.
Right.
I'm really good at it.
It's like ding repair.
It's like ding repair. It's like ding repair.
That's exactly right. They always complain about resin in there, though.
See, that's so
Can you gotta put that up there, Charlie. You gotta hold that close. There you go.
Charlie, how long have you known Rym?
Probably only about 15 years.
And have you taken photos of him?
Oh, yeah.
You got some dingers?
I've got a couple of nice ones.
So you've experienced, watched Rym surf.
Absolutely.
What's his etiquette like? And you can pull punch. You give us the truth.
Yeah.
What's Rym's etiquette like as a surfer?
Fair, firm, and friendly.
Fair, firm, and friendly.
I like that. I
Okay.
like that.
All right.
You know?
And so you've seen a fair version, with a friendly version.
Yeah, the firm version.
And when he's
I'll tell you
firm,
what.
it's kind of scary.
No, he's the guy you want backing you up. You probably remember this, Rym. You know how it is at the carp lot. You know, people are always lining up in there waiting for a parking place, and I was doing that. And this guy pulls out, and I've been waiting for this spot. This other guy races in there from out of the street and jams into that spot. And I said, "Listen, pal, you can't do that." And he's looking at me, and both he and his buddy are in there smoking dope and stuff. And I said, "Plus, you're smoking weed here, and now you're going to go drive." I said, "You get out of here right now. That's my spot. I've been waiting for it." We got the kind of shouting match, and Rym intervened. After
Firm.
a while. He just came strolling over.
Like the sheriff.
Exactly. And he said, "This isn't the way we do things here." He goes, "This guy's been waiting, and you guys stole his spot. You should just move on." That's exactly what they did. Rym.
Well done. man.
Fair,
Hold
firm,
it down.
and
I
friendly.
pulled a Clint on him. I said, "Listen, man, you're lucky.
Yeah.
You're gonna have 4 flat tires and 2 black eyes.
Oh, man.
You want 4 black eyes? You better move."
Well, I
So
figured-
he didn't feel lucky, and there must have been more said than that, but it worked.
that's awesome.
Give us. Go ahead, TC.
No, I was gonna say you probably have seen more days of the lane than most. I know that's a spot that you surf a lot. I wanted to talk about the people that you came across during these years that either you miss or you remember something special about. Or I know I saw you had a few names written down here, so I wanted to sort of pull some of those out of your mind of some of the characters of the West Side.
Well, here's a guy that's just.
We got notes here, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah,
We
no, I'm
got
very
notes.
impressed, yeah.
We got. It's unbelievable. Notes.
It's unbelievable.
Yeah. More
Seasoned.
Can
Yeah.
you imagine making notes?
Yeah.
I don't need to know for this, but you guys have probably heard of Gary Venturini.
Okay.
Okay. Gary Vanderine is one of the most creative surfers ever from this area, and I ended up mentoring him in softball. We played a lot of competitive softball, won the World Softball Championship. He was on our team. That guy could do anything. He's a good jeweler, a good artist. He did sheet. What did he do? Insulation. But here's the story of a Gary Venturini. We're at an indicator, no cords, back at about before shortboards, probably about 64, 65, and we're at an 8-foot indicator, a wave of consequence, and your board goes in the rocks, it's blowing up. So here comes Gary, I'm paddling, and I see this guy run to the nose, and he's on the nose doing a nose takeoff on about an 8 or 10 foot wave. I'm going, oh, that's pretty radical. Then all of a sudden, he purls it into the wave, spins it around. Oh my God, he was going fin first on a triangular fin board, and he pulls it. And I'm going, are you kidding me? I hadn't seen that before, let alone why do it at high tide and a 10-foot wave at the lane. And he does a nose takeoff, fin first, spins around. I'm going, that's insane.
Yeah.
And that's some real artistry right there.
Yeah. That's a memory.
Gary Vanderine.
Wow.
Next one.
You got another one?
You got more?
Yeah.
I want another one.
Try this one. Being firm, too. Tom Keno's, Mark Angel, at the hook. Okay, let's get rid of the trannies. I'm out there, total Valley Boy tranny, you know. But I'm about as tall as I was then, and I didn't back down from shit. And somehow I may have burned Tom, or Mark. I don't know.
You
I
burned-
don't even remember. It's
He was
just
firm that day.
somehow I was in their kitchen, you know.
Yeah. Burning.
And we end up, Mark and I end up inside waist deep water, and I'm all, yeah, you know, and he's yelling. And Keno's looks in there and looks at the size difference and kind of thinks how long it'd take him to get in there and jump in on the fray. And he yells to Angel, he goes, let him alone, man, let him go. I go, let him go my ass. I said, bring it, sucker. but
Well, and Mark Angel's like 5'8" or something.
it was a very peaceable thing and a very smart thing for we didn't have any more houses later, but Keno's looked in and says, fuck, it's not worth it. Let him
Right.
go. Let him go. So we had a good surf.
Good.
And I really admire him for that. And I ended up being his dentist years later, and we surfed a lot together. Great guy.
Funny how that comes around. It could have been a disaster.
Yeah. Oh yeah, I would have. I was pissed off. Tom Keno, love you, man. He's in heaven.
Yeah.
Who else we got?
Oh, you got everybody in there.
I love this list.
Tom Hoy. You guys ever know Tom?
No.
One of the most classic, stylish locals ever. He was a really good shaper, but he had like a 38 Ford or something, one of those teeny little back windows in there, you know. Seen him one time. Classic Tom Hoy. Teeny back window, long window broken out, longboard stashed through the back. 3 floozy girls in the back seat. There goes Tom Hoy cruising down the street. I'm going, Tom, you got it, man. Really has. Seriously, man. Break your window out, put your board in the back. That's classic Santa Cruz right
Yeah,
there. Man.
yeah.
You can't duplicate that. Oh, and there's a movie called Drift I saw the other day. It's an Australian movie. And Tom Hoy was some sort of consultant in that because he moved to Australia and he was doing some surf instruction. I just saw his name on the credits.
Huh. So he's still alive.
Yep.
Huh. What else you got? I love your list.
I'm sure he surfs really
We're
good.
going down the list.
Yeah, I love it.
How about some brothers that have had cancer lately? You know, we lost poor Robert Waldemar,
Mm-hmm.
one of my favorites, and also Dave Sutton has had a bout with it, but he's doing okay.
Yeah.
He's clear. Everybody think good vibes from Dave Sutton, and Robert Waldemar, as Charlie said, that's the most amazing synopsis of how I appear to the world. Robert Waldemar would burn me at will. And I remember one time I said, Robert, I'm here today. I'll be here tomorrow. You got better guys to be burning and hassle like that. Don't fuck with it, you know. and he kind of got it, but it took him years to know that it wasn't a smart thing to do. There's better energy spent somewhere else.
But you were a good
Did you ever
friend.
steal his parking spot?
Pardon me?
Did you ever steal his parking spot?
No, I didn't. I'd save it for him.
Never take Wally's spot.
Yeah. No, Wally was, again, incredible local energy.
Special guy.
And Dave Sutton, in my opinion, is so underrated.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, there's the spot that he likes up the coast that we both know, and he has the inside. He was like on a magic carpet when he surfed inside up there. That you know, you guys are talking about. So Sutton's amazing.
Yeah.
I'm sad to hear I didn't know he was ill. So I hope good thoughts for him.
He'll be okay. We think. Let's pray for him.
I like it.
Who else we got?
We got everybody. How about Danny Anderson? Probably the best goofy foot I've ever seen in Santa Cruz. Taking off center peak, just carving. You know, I was a kook back then, so I could respect them.
Who did you surf after? Who did you try and emulate when you're surfing back then? When you were coming through the ranks, who did you keep an eye on or wanted to be like?
Just make it, baby.
Just
I characteristically don't have a lot of style. I got more ability than style, and so I just tried to make the wave and take a big wave and make fun out of it.
How many contests do you think you've surfed in your life?
A couple of hundred.
I mean, a lot. I know you used to make all of them back in the 10 years
Yeah,
back or so.
yeah,
You were always there.
I definitely honed my skill in contests. It's outthink the other guy and outsurf him if you can, but definitely outthink him.
And do you have a favorite memory of a contest that you went to?
I do. Can you say the F word on this show?
Yeah, you can. Yeah.
So, let's see, who was it? David Newey and this guy Bruce. I'm not going to mention his last name. We're out the lane, 6 to 8 foot swell. They're on the outside. They see me paddling on the inside, and all of a sudden headed towards Seal Rock, and all of a sudden, whoa! And you start going, and all of a sudden, I realized this 8 foot wave was going to close out and not make it by the cliff. He stops paddling immediately as the wave closes out and explodes into the cliff. He paddles back out, and he said a very disgusting thing to me. He goes, "Hey, fuck you!" And I said, "Are you talking to me?" You know? And he said, "You paddled me back to da-da-da." I said, "I paddled you nowhere." I go, "You're dead meat in this heat, pal. I'm telling you right now, that is very disrespectful.
This is the friendly part, the farmer friendly. This is the.
As you get.
and sure enough, I aced him out of that heat, and I won the heat, and I might have won the contest. I don't know. It was old guys, you know. Don't take old guys too seriously.
No, right.
Yeah, I've beaten a lot of guys that are way better than me, like Pearson and once in a while Michelle. All those guys are twice as good as I am. But use your head, you know, do a little decoy here and there.
Well, you always.
Steve Bigler down in Malibu, I got first down in Malibu last year, and Steve Bigler goes, "Where was Partridge?" You go, "Oh, he snuck to the inside."
Got all the ways.
Yeah, I don't know, but I went away from them. I acted like I was going to stay with them, and I went away from them. So
A little family time. Both your daughters recently have expanded their families. So you have a grandson named.
that's Patrick Rym.
Okay.
O'Rourke.
Oh, a Rym in there, huh?
O'Rourke.
All right.
Yeah,
That was
yeah.
nice. What an honor.
And the other is Cora Ray O'Toole. And I got all these Irish guys. I say me Irish here, right?
I'm at 99%.
He is.
Well,
I did a DNA test.
I said, maybe I should change my name to O Partridge. They go, no, Dad, that's not going to work. I go, I got a better one. How about I change my last name Oscapi? And they go, Oscapi what? I go, I'll change my first name to Colin. Colin Oscapi. And then it hit. Another stupid Rym Partridge joke.
So they're how old? They're close.
31 years old.
And how about the grandkids? How old are they?
Grandkids are a month old.
And that's a big motivation for you to move down south, right? Is to be closer.
Yeah. I mean, if I have any excuse at all, it's because A, my wife wants to be near the kids. B, I want to be near the kids. C, he says you can't serve 12-foot Scots and Mavericks forever. So.
And the water's warmer.
So Rimbo's getting it up, man.
Hitting the beach
I
spray.
gave Santa Cruz my best 75 years, and now.
Well, and it
coming
doesn't
to
sound
an
like
end.
we're getting rid of you. You're coming back. You're gonna have a camper van. People will see you back in the water.
I'll go skateboarding with you, Terry.
All right, that's awesome. Well, it's and let's talk about some surfboards right now.
Yeah.
So I know you have a long history of the few shapers. Let's talk about what you're currently riding and maybe a few of your favorite boards.
Mostly arrows.
Mm-hmm.
Arrows, man. Bob shaped some incredible boards for me. I saw Michelle Junot and I were out surfing today, and when I was living on the North Shore surfing Sunset, Michelle was the man for me. Did some great boards for me, and just to watch him shape was inspirational too.
How many bobs have you had? You think arrow surfboards?
Probably about 150.
A lot, huh?
Yeah.
Is there one that just sticks out from all the rest?
Not really. They all just sort of. You eventually have to fix them and sell them. And
Yeah.
When you see,
it's like fixing your kid and going bye bye.
Yeah.
so you do bob's teeth too?
No.
I thought you'd be working out a deal.
It's
on that.
some kind of trade.
Yeah, exactly.
Most of these people that are in trouble are not surfers. Surfers have the most amazing genes in their focus on life and health that they don't have tooth problems hardly at all.
Right,
You know,
right.
unless they get them knocked out. It's
Right.
just that I would tell my staff, I go, this guy coming in, he's a surfer, he probably won't need anything. They go, well, Dr. Partridge, we saved a whole hour for him. I go, you won't need an hour. You watch, do his exam, do his x-rays, and he'll be fine.
Yeah.
They go, how do you know that? And I go, you wait and see. So there's the guy, and he goes, yeah, I got this little spot right there. He goes, what is it? It's a spot. Well, it costs,
It's a piece of spinach.
yeah, $12,000 now. It's free.
Did you buy a house down there?
We did. We got a house right on Ventura Harbor, little dock in front. My son-in-law's got a Channel Islands boat,
Oh, nice.
so we're hoping to go there. Maybe and I got some ranch passes that will help. Good friends.
Well, it sounds like you're going to be in good hands.
Yeah, he'd be fine.
Yeah, he's right on the channel. He's got a dock.
Helps to have good friends.
Yeah, no, that's
Yeah.
awesome.
Yeah.
Well, that's a great area because just watching the boats going up and down that channel is amazing. And have you spent much time in the Channel Islands?
Yeah, you know, probably been out there about 20 times.
Because there's some great surfing in that area.
Yeah. I'm looking forward to it.
Well, that's exciting. Neil, you got anything?
Yeah, is there a swell? Is there a particular swell that you like? That's the swell that you enjoy at the lane. And what size? I mean, what size do you prefer?
At the lane?
Yeah.
You know, as much as I like Center Peak, I think I'd have to say a good solid 6 to 8 foot south swell, you know.
Yeah.
18, 20 second interval would would be a pretty good thing to ride rather than because we kind of reserve the point for locals. Isn't that right, Charlie?
Seems that way.
Yeah.
I'd get it to be that way.
And we firmly talk to longboarders, and once in a while I'm in that group. Get out of here, Rym. And we try and shortboard over there, and that reserves it.
Who first took you surfing?
Nobody.
You just went it by yourself?
Just went, yeah. I remember one time my mom saved my ass. We were down at Julia Pfeiffer in State Beach. That's about 9 or 10. And I had an air mat. And it's about 8 feet, and it's kind of treacherous out there. I watched it for about an hour. Finally, I go, okay, I'm going out, I don't know if I use those words. My mom goes, you'll do nothing of the sort. I go, yeah, I can handle this. I'm going out, And it was pretty dangerous, and she wouldn't let me go out. But that's where I would have started going out in gnarly waves.
Right.
That's not a place to be reckoned with at 8 feet.
Were you always respected by the younger generation behind you?
I was the
I mean, we had Flea on the show a couple weeks ago.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
How that group treat you?
It's the sad thing about Santa Cruz in the localism is if you didn't go to high school with the guys, you're never really, I even wrote this down today, you're never really a true local unless you went to high school with the group. And I didn't. And I was a San Jose State college student surfing and going back and forth. So I never quite broke into the high school ranks.
You were always an outsider.
A little bit. And that's why I surfed up the coast a lot.
You still that way today?
No, I'm a little more relaxed about wanting to get into a hot tub quick after I get out. But I went out up the coast the other day.
Right.
It was freezing ass, and
it is cold.
It was not crowded.
Yeah.
Well, and I think that's a great question because you have to be one of the most unique wetsuit fits. Like, how do you get a wetsuit?
Oh, Neil, large, long.
That's your size that you wear.
Yeah.
And oh, really? I always thought that you had to have custom suits.
Yeah, I mean, I would have a long time ago. I had custom hotlines.
Right.
Let's pull out. Let's get TC. You come up with some names. I come up with some names. Richard Schmidt, for you.
Richard Schmidt.
Yeah.
I mean, what's my read on Richard Schmidt?
Yeah.
Fantastic guy. Fantastic guy. He's got a soul like Jesus, and takes care of his family. Wonderful guy. Way committed. We even played. We didn't know how good a baseball player he was, and we had him on a couple of championship teams, and that guy's just nails. I mean, he just focuses when the chips are down.
Right. TC, you got one?
I got one. How about Rick Newey?
Ooh.
I got Rick Newey on my list.
I'm curious of what your take is on Rick.
So these guys, the Phil Snowdens and the Rick Neweys and all those guys, I didn't hang out with them. I don't hang out to suck up to people. I just do my own thing, and we would surf together. I never got in a hassle with them. If I had, I would have said, you might be able to kick my ass, but you're not going to intimidate me, But I got along just fine, and I love his son.
TC.
His son is doing well. Go Buck.
Yeah, Buck.
Yeah, he's doing good. Vince Collier, for you.
Vince Collier, tough guy to deal with.
How'd you deal with him?
We did pretty good. This would be a Vince Collier on Rimbo. Takes the first wave of the set. I'm on the next wave, 8 foot at the point. I'm riding along. There's Vince. He kicked out of the first wave just so he could come around and burn me on the next wave. With a 14,
Are you sure about that?
14-second interval. Damn it. I mean, literally, because he knew I was going on the next wave, he had to pull out of the wave he was on so he could quick pedal the shoulder and burn me on one. But generally, we got along really well.
Have you? What do you think? In your 60 years, have you done more burning or been more burned?
Jeez, Charlie's gonna have to help me with that one.
Charlie, what do you think, Charlie? Has he been burned or done more burning?
Don't sugarcoat this.
No.
That's a
Don't
mean
be.
question.
Sorry, but.
I've never seen Rym purposely burn anyone.
Wow. Are you taking him to dinner afterwards?
I think you're getting an appetite.
Hey, Charlie, I got that $100 bill.
I've never seen it legitimately burn anybody. We were up at Scott's the other day, though, and I took off on this wave, and I got it's pretty rare for me to get right underneath the hook. And I took off really late, and I got underneath the hook, and I'm coming out, and I see this red board coming down right in front of me. This is about an 8-foot wave. And who is it?
Yeah.
Don't mention names.
It was
But
a
his
white
initials
Navy
are
gun.
RP.
I couldn't help it. It
Yeah,
wasn't my board.
Did you not see? Didn't you see him? Didn't you see him?
No,
You saw him.
I saw him.
So it was a complete burn.
So I did.
I
put
just
the
gently
burn.
put my hand under his board and lifted it up a little bit. And then I yelled at him and said, "Stay on the wave." But he cut out.
Yeah.
I love it. He
Charlie.
admits it. I purposely warned you.
Charlie was surfing about as good as I've ever seen him surf out of Scott Creek, and he had, I said, much to your benefit, but to my detriment, you had about 8 or 10 waves I would have loved to have, but he was just
On fire.
He was on fire. No, but he's probably got a good point that I wouldn't ever hardly take off on someone unless I thought he wasn't going to make it, or he just burned me, or he didn't deserve it. You know, we're trying to be fair. Firm but fair, right?
Fair, firm, and friendly.
Burning their ass. Well, how about those?
Friendly on that one, though.
Wait a minute. How about those pictures you have of me with Isaac?
They're buried someplace.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I didn't really burn him. Everybody knows Campbell Soup Boy. I just took off because you'd yell at him, "Hey Isaac, we're going, right?" And he'd go, "Yeah, let's go."
Neil, should we ask him our question?
I think we're going to wait. Oh, do you want to do it now? Do you want to do it now? I was going to ask you a quick question first, though.
Sure, go for
Women at the lane.
Women?
Women. Do we have any women down here on this list? And if you did, who would they be? As far as women surfing the lane that impress you?
Well, of course, there's Jane McKenzie who rips on everything. But
Does she burn you?
Oh yeah.
I get no respect.
Boy, we're just.
You want me to give you a good
Oh yeah.
That's why
firm
her
real
teeth are
Jane
falling out.
McKenzie here?
Yeah.
Here's the pack at the point. It's 8 foot south swell. Jane's
Your
on a
your
longboard.
favorite.
We're all shortboarding. She catches a good wave, comes in, paddles back out, circles around the pack. Here comes the next set. I yell at her. I go, "Jane, I'm going, you know." She goes anyway. She heard me. She drops in early on her longboard, stuffs me up the face. I spin out right on top of her, right in front of the point, you know. And I said, "Jane," I said, "I'm really sorry. You could have gotten hurt, but if you do that again, I will do that again." I go, "You weren't up, you know." And
Yeah.
I was up. Anyway,
Firm. That was a firm story. That was a firm.
guess what she had to say? Nothing.
Nothing.
Absolutely nothing. Because she knew that was not appropriate. Everyone's just letting her go because she had a longboard.
Yeah.
You know, one of the women of the lane I always
she's
thought
wonderful.
is Brenda Scott.
Oh yeah.
I when I was a kid, Brenda surfed like the dudes, and her ability was amazing.
Yeah, I surf with her. We're good friends, and her husband. As a matter of fact, I introduced her husband to her, Craig, and we were real good friends. But she was pretty good, man. It's a sunset with her. She could outdo most guys out there.
There's no combo. Go ahead, TC.
So
No,
start
that-
with the combo question.
Yeah, I'm doing the combo. Like the day, best day or best decade. Give them the gifts to both. I think.
We'll do both. I think.
Okay.
We always ask our season
Season.
guests, and we're not even going to ask you.
What?
if you're
Charlie's not
seasoned.
seasoned because he's not old enough.
Not as old as you, Rym.
Our seasoned guests.
Seasoned.
We've had some amazing guests on this show
Yeah.
over our 7 years. But we always like to ask them, and we've made it 2 questions now. But the first of the 2 questions is, what was your favorite decade and why?
I'd probably have to say the 70s, and it's because of all the new board technology coming in. And I think I was always meant to be more of a shortboarder than a longboarder because I like the power turns, and I'm not that graceful on my feet and everything.
So 70s. Because of equipment,
Yeah.
shortboard
New
revolution.
shortboards, I'm going, wow, they finally invented a board I could surf.
And what shortboards were you riding at that point during that transition? Do you
All
remember?
kinds.
You're playing the field.
Cryptos, arrows, everything.
So the modified question we ask, and hopefully this is something that you'll be able to have an answer to. Is we talked about the decade, but let's talk about a day. Like if it was your last day on this planet, and you were going to think about a day surfing that meant the most to you, what would that day be?
Well, I wouldn't be able to surf it now, so that's a
Well, that's why we're asking the story.
Yeah,
question,
just ask-
but, John Damon and I were out at Scott Creek one time, and it was so perfect that the waves, when they came over, were throwing rainbows off the lip. It was probably 12, 13, 14 feet maybe. And totally glassy, and we were asking ourselves, why aren't more people out? Because they just didn't surf. It was probably cranking at the lane, but solid 12 to 14 out there. And glassy. And every once in a while, there'd be a wave in our face, and we weren't going, and we'd hear a big crash outside, and we'd go, oh God, 14 feet of soup, after you came over the wave. There you are, outside. So it was pretty challenging, but we got some rides.
Was it a day you remember?
What year? What was that?
That might have been in the 70s, like 78 or so.
Were very many people surfing up the coast during that time?
Hardly at all. People really weren't. It was always scratching my head going, why don't people surf Scott Creek more than the lane? And the answer comes back, because it's not as perfect. It's a little bumpier, it's a little ledgier, and it's mostly harder to surf.
Right. It was sectioning sometimes.
Yeah. Charlie knows.
Where'd you meet Winnie at?
I was laying on my back, practicing softball on the North Shore Sunset Beach playground, and everybody's going, "Oh, Winnie and Ann are coming. Winnie and Ann are coming." Winnie and Ann. I don't know who they were. I'm laying down, I'm looking at the palm trees, waving the breeze, waiting for my chance to bat, and this girl walks by, and she almost steps on my head. I'm going, hey, because I was just laying on my back under the palm. And she goes, oh, sorry. And I'm looking at these long, beautiful tan legs, and I'm going, oh, that looks like Winnie. That was Winnie.
That was it?
That was Winnie. Yeah.
So you made a move?
No move at all. She was married to a guy on my team.
Oh, she was?
Yeah.
Oh, broke the team up?
No. He eventually passed from the scene, and she and I got together.
Wonderful.
I actively pursued her.
And your favorite spot to surf, not in Santa Cruz?
Rifles over at Newey's in Newey.
Beautiful.
Got the wave of the day there one time.
Tell us about that wave.
10-foot day. What was interesting about that wave is I'd never surfed there before. And the crowd's inside, maybe about 10, 15 people. It's about 8 to 10 feet. And the dinghy dropped me off way outside. I had no idea what to expect other than we saw it just tubing for hundreds of yards. And I'm paddling in, and all of a sudden the whole crowd was looking out towards me with wide open eyes. And I'm going, oh my God, and turned around. Here comes easily the set of the day, because I saw so many people paddling out. I was like 50 yards further out than them. So I paddled into the wave and went down, stalled a bottom turn, came up in the pocket, tube. Went down, stalled another bottom turn, came up the pocket, tube. This went on for about 4 or 5 sections. Went to the inside and chickened out on the last bowl. And oh my God, it's throwing out as high as the roof up there, and the coral heads are popping through the water.
Right.
But I've never been in there. I don't know what's in there. And I kicked out, and the guy inside said, I think you could have made it, mate. I'm going, what about the coral heads? He goes, oh, you would have made it, maybe. So anyway, that's probably one of the best waves of my life.
That sounds like that's an unbelievable wave.
Yeah, well,
Are you disheartened, disenchanted with the people that are surfing today? Or can you respect that other people like the ocean or wanting to enjoy the ocean as much as we all do here? I mean, we can get mad as crowds, but on the other you can't, because everyone appreciates the ocean.
The sad thing about the world is people will have 5 kids. The 5 kids will give them 50 grandchildren, and the next thing you know, they're all driving over the hill. Everybody has too many kids, and it's more of that than the attitude that's just spoiling the surf, because people go out at the lane because they've been harboring guilt and COVID over the hill, and they all come out at the same time, and the next thing you know, everyone's running over each other. So
What should we do? Move to Ventura?
I quit. I'm out of here.
Yeah, right.
yeah, well, I hate to say, I'm not really bailing, but
Yeah.
it's unavoidable.
Yeah.
But you go out at the girls learn to deal with it. Look at how the women deal with it. They got all these aggressive males out there paddling around them, and
Yeah.
so on. How do they deal with it?
Yeah.
So keep an eye out for the humble people.
They're exceptional, I think. The women that surf in Santa Cruz
They are.
exceptional.
They are.
Autumn Hayes.
Mm-hmm.
No problem. She goes out the lane or any place. She gets any wave that she can take off on.
She's a fantastic surfer
Yeah.
too.
She is.
How
But
about
she's
that
not-
little
she's
Sierra
not alone.
Partridge? How about that
Yeah, we
little
got
Sierra?
this
Yeah,
Sierra.
there's a couple.
Yeah.
Sierra and Haley.
Mm-hmm.
In fact, I think some of the first pictures I have of you are with you surfing with your daughters.
At the lane.
Yeah.
So, are you a baseball fan? Or softball or
I'm
baseball?
a fan. I played on a world championship team. We
Which- so-
won the world championship 60s, 70s, and
Really?
75s.
So would you rather hit a home run at the World Series for the Giants or a day at Scotts Creek like you just mentioned? Which would you, if you
I'd
had,
go for the home run.
you would? Wow!
God. Friends.
Huh?
I thought we were friends.
Right? Right? Yeah, I would have.
Think about
We would have put money. We would have put money on that, right?
Not that you need hero adulation or anything, but people don't usually come up after a great wave. It's all internal. The external thing. I won a home run derby one time, and people are like, "I can't believe it. How did you do that? 7 out of 10, out of there, baby." And on a really good wave, nobody's like running up. Sometimes people don't even say a word.
Right.
That's okay. You got to go inside, right?
So I got a bit of a dark question. Okay,
Uh-oh.
this is the day you're going to be going up north. This is the day. Yeah, yeah. This is the day you go to heaven. Okay, and you're surfing.
Yeah.
What wave and where are you surfing at?
I guess rifles over there in the Mentawais.
Okay, that
I'm
same spot.
By myself with my kids, and about an 8-foot day.
Yeah, call it a day.
Yeah, and go. Okay, you're gonna die after this. Yeah, 20 years later. Yeah, my motto is I'm 75. I have only 40 years to live.
That's right. 40 years to serve.
Yeah.
TC.
Well, did you go to Rifles once? Is that how
No, we surfed a fair amount.
you went there a few different times?
Yeah.
And have you taken the girls there?
Nope.
Oh, okay. And what do you think, both your daughters, what would be, if we were to ask them the same question, where would be their favorite surf spot?
Gosh, I don't know. They've surfed a lot of nice places.
They've traveled.
Yeah, they have. I don't know.
They don't tell you, like, if I could live in Hawaii, I'd live in Hawaii, or none of that with them?
No, they're pretty good. Right now, they're focused on their my grandchildren, their kids.
Right.
First kid's 31 years old. Pretty good.
When was the last time, so I know they both went through pregnancy, when was the last time you went surfing with the girls?
I was down in Ventura and we were surfing the tail end of C Street. It was really fun little nose rider waves, and we were longboarding. And
It's a fun wave.
yeah, it was really good.
Charlie, you got a question for him? Anything you want to finish up the show with?
The only question I have for you is
When the fuck you leaving?
not that.
What is the
It's a car pack!
Yeah.
I just want to make sure he doesn't forget because he's got some buddies in the ranch.
Right.
Ooh.
Ooh.
Yeah.
We had agreed to, if he can work it out, I'll be able to go in there with him maybe once or twice.
Well, the deal is you don't need a pass. Sean's boat up at Government Point on a big north with the sand all built up there.
That'd be so
and
fun.
Camped there for 2 days.
As we end the show tonight, what do you want to say to the surfing community of Santa Cruz, California, that's been your home for the last 60 years surfing?
Well, here's something that I thought about the other day compared to our neighborhood and our residents, and how there's certain lack of community between the college kids and the dot-com yuppies, millionaires, is the Santa Cruz surfing community has them beat, hands down, as far as interrelationships, and that people should always respect and cherish that.
Right.
We all get along better than any of those other groups of people. The
Yeah.
politicians, the yuppies, the university people. We're a solid. There's like a layer of sealant around the surfing community that no one else can really penetrate.
Yeah.
And that's, even if you don't like the person, you're actually community with that person. So respect that, and then love that person, even if he hates you.
Okay. You better hope they treat you like that in Ventura.
Well, I think that's a great answer. And I agree with you that the surfing community of Santa Cruz is so tight-knit. The names, the these are the guys who created that. and the generations that have followed are trying to emulate what that was about. I think that's really important to remember. Anything else we're going to talk?
That's
tonight?
it. It's good. Good. You good?
Thank you very
You
much.
good?
Rym,
Thank you.
yeah, congratulations. You worked your ass off,
Yep.
you know, and you earned this. And so, yeah.
60 years of serving, 7 years of 60 years of dentistry. How many? 50.
50 years.
50 years of dentistry, 6 years of serving.
Well, that's insane because nowadays a firefighter puts in 14 years and is on a full pension, you know, and you really busted your ass. You fit in surfing, you fit in a family, and I think that whether you're burning them or whether you got burned, people really had fun in the water watching you have fun. So, congratulations.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
I'll tell you what,
Thank you, Neil.
we're gonna miss you a lot, Rym. I know personally that I will, and all those guys at the carp lot will, and even the guys in the slot,
Yeah.
including the pros.
It should be something like, Rym sucks, don't you miss him?
And on that note, folks,
Thanks
for tuning in.
All right.
Santa Cruz Waves, T-Fox, thanks for letting us be on there.
We got a bunch of shows coming up tomorrow. We've got 2 shows. One with this Austrian singer, Elena Sheeran. Unbelievable. She's going to be playing over here at Rootstock Collective. Tomorrow night, TC, you and I are going to be squirming.
Is it the sex show?
Yeah.
Oh, jeez.
We've got Amy Baldwin from the her and her mom owned the Pure Pleasure shop downtown.
Okay.
And they're the sweetest people.
Okay.
So Amy has this podcast called the Shameless Sex Podcast. And I've interviewed her a few times, and she's like, you know, it makes me...
She lets it all out.
Yeah, she makes me squirt. I'm like, oh my, what is
So
that?
So
What's
anyone
that?
watching tonight, tune in tomorrow night.
Yeah.
If you have questions about
Whatever.
whatever,
Yeah.
we can work on that.
Yeah.
So, okay.
And we got more music coming up on Friday night at the gas station down the street.
Yeah.
And we got rooftop concerts coming back, as we talked about, TC.
Beautiful. Bring them back. Yep.
They're coming back.
Lots of music, and we've been having fun with the music.
A lot of fun with music. Hey, no more like a dojo, but
They were great. Yeah.
Really
Great to
good.
see Spencer.
And
Spencer was my employee, you know.
Spencer's,
Yeah,
he had Hodgkin's lymphoma.
Very happy to see him on the mend right now.
Yeah.
Because cancer is really taking down a lot of people. Are we going to mention any quick sponsors?
Chill Out Cafe,
They roll the fat.
Listening Stack,
Best ear
Surf
product.
City Sandwich.
Oh.
Congratulations from Timmy from Pono for another child.
Yes.
Numa from Aloha Island Grill. Rogue Pies. I got to get you. Oh, you're at my house. Yeah, you didn't get. I'll trade your Rogue Pies for crab.
Okay. That's
Is that a deal?
All right, yeah.
Who else we got, TC?
We've got Amber.
Oh, no, Amber's not doing it any longer.
Oh.
They're not. Yeah, and we've got.
The barbecue place?
No.
Oh, jeez.
The Kayak Connection.
Oh, yes. Kayak.
Who else? Merch 4 Socks.
Of course. I got one. Yeah.
Got my Merch 4 Socks on.
Actually, we got merch for it right here. Rip's wearing them.
Nice.
Yeah, he's got some Jimbo socks.
I saw Sean Rovi the other day. Oh, I was roasting him.
Sean Robo,
He's
you know
coming
what
down.
happened?
Yeah, he's
wearing
cut
a shark bracelet.
Yeah,
Rym, think that works?
A shark bracelet?
yeah, shark bracelet.
And
That
it repels sharks.
sure, no repel. We're supposed to repel bull sharks.
Which is
Yeah,
bullshit, because there's no bull sharks.
exactly.
So I don't know what he's
So-
repelling.
East Coast.
Is that what it is? Yeah.
Steph Lutz, MeXP Realty.
Right up the street.
I want to thank Janae Medved from Compass Realty. God, we got a lot of sponsors, TC.
I just wanted to give them a mention because we have great sponsors, and so the people who watch the show
Yeah.
support the sponsors because they're great people.
Shop
with great
local.
products,
Yeah, please. Oh, the hot dog place.
Oh, down
Left
there.
Coast.
Yeah, West
Huh?
Coast.
Yeah, West Coast.
Left Coast.
Left Coast Sausage Works and the coffee shop.
Yeah, you know those. He does correlated sausage down there.
Right. I'm gonna go in there, check that out.
Yeah.
But thanks, Rym. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Okay. Cheers to the next 60 years.
Next person up for 75 years.
Yeah.
Charlie, thank you very much. Good suggestion for them to come on the show.
Hey Charlie, real quick, can you just it's your social media? You have great photos on there. Give yourself a shameless plug.
Shameless.
Shameless plug?
Yeah. A firm plug.
If you just visit F8 Surf, you can see some of my photos.
Okay.
If you like something,
Buy it.
buy it.
All right. Cool.
Best,
Yeah,
best,
your photographer's awesome,
he's the best surf photographer in Santa Cruz.
Yeah, he is.
and you do it all the time. You take a lot of pictures.
A fair amount.
Yeah, you do well.
And thanks, TC, for letting us have the show here at the Boardroom. You know how much I appreciate
Happy
it.
holidays, everybody. Have a great, safe Thanksgiving, and keep the festivities to a minimum.
Right.
Thank you.
Thanks.
Goodbye.
On with the mask.